我發覺咧，香港係史上首次兩夫妻點做生意。
Me and his dream to open our own restaurant.
So when we open the business together, without her, it won't be a Reveri. Without me, it won't be Reveri too.
我成日都講，我曾經好愛我老婆，我現在好愛我老婆，但係我唔係 all the way 愛我老婆。
Never now 18 years have like an afternoon tea. So it's like one we never.
Good wife is always a good life.
Yeah.
Hello， 大家好，我係 Edwin 李根興。呢個
李根
興嘅老婆，
係老婆。
今日咧
Rita
想講一個 topic， 老婆揸住咪先。
咩揸住？
其實咧好特別嘅一個 topic， 從來未試過。我發覺咧香港係史上首次係講咩咧？我 search 嚟 search 都 search 唔到呢個話題，真係兩夫妻坐喺度。
應該有人講過嘅，
不過冇，真係冇人講過
search
唔到冇。YouTube 啊 Facebook 都真係兩公婆坐喺度講嘅兩夫妻點做生意，夫妻檔點做生意。我咧同 Rita 一齊都合作。叫做呢個 Bridgeway 啦，呢個嘅盛匯商鋪基金，佢一齊創辦，工作咗幾年。我哋一啲經驗分享，但係今日最主要嘅時候咧，我哋而家喺上環孖沙街，即係啦，我哋個租客啦，我有機會同佢傾偈嘅時候，阿 Jessica 同埋 John 咧，兩夫妻一齊。之前咧就喺呢個新加坡啊、印尼又好啊，之後喺 Australia 認識啊 catering industry 啊，咁就翻咗嚟香港，就真係一齊嘅夢想，就創立咗喺孖沙街20號呢個叫做 Reveri 呢個嘅餐廳 ，Reveri stand for 夢想嘛。我好想叫佢哋過嚟咧，一齊 sharing 一下，究竟兩夫妻點做生意，一定有好多嘅衝突。當你哋成條命根嘅時候咧，都影嗰條片咧，佢哋兩個喺度做之餘，佢哋仔女咧有呢一對仔女啊，今日叫做 Jaden 同埋叫 Lorraine 啊，咁就喺樓上都瞓嘅。咁成家人都喺個命根，究竟點樣去做生意？我上網上面咧 search 咗好多嘅 tips， 就講5個 internet 唔係5個就係夫妻咧。做生意嘅一啲嘅 tips 嘅 rules that you have to agree to。咁但係 before 講太多，我邀請阿 Jessica 同埋 John 一齊分享下。大家有冇問題嘅時候，而家 Facebook Live 都歡迎你問我嘅問題，就係呢個李根興創業之友呢度嘅時候咧，就講下。
而家係 live 嚟㗎。
Live，this is live。
點解唔早啲講聲嘅
？This is live。OK， 好。
live 啊，咁 live 就其實想講啱啱食完呢度嘅嘢食好好食喎 ，Reveri。
Jessica and John，let's come over。OK，
唔使拎住呢個油啦。
要，你有住先。I'll give you a mic. Okay. I'll invite. Let's sit. Please take a seat. Take a seat. I'll be next to John. I'll be next to John, and then my wife will be next to Jessica. Okay.
You wanna have a seat?
Yes, I don't want to be. Sorry. Too close to your wife. Your wife is too attractive.
阿李根興先生，你啱啱先講而家係 live 喎，我啱啱先呢一秒先知喎。
We're doing a Facebook live now. We're now right here, live, as you can see. Okay.
You can share the two of you. Okay, you can hold on. Okay, can share.
You need to speak closer to the mic.
咁我哋呢邊
This is the mic. Just speak closer to the mic 啦。今日 welcome 大家所有問題，因為點解咧？阿 Jessica，I'll be speaking Chinese and English if you don't mind, okay?
No problem.
因為咧 the last time I saw you。I had a conversation with you, Jessica, mostly, and then John as the chef. 係咪一定要戴口罩嘅啫嘛？係咪要戴口罩？哦，冇問題，得好問題得。之後咧 ，and then 咧，有啲點咁咧？之後 and then 咧，同阿 John 上次有見到你個daughter and son， 係 ，and called Jaden and Lorraine, right? 係 Lorraine, Jaden and Lorraine saw them as a whole family together, husband and wife. I understand that your dream is together to start a restaurant. This is like very much your lifeline. Everything is dependent on this business. And then I bet there must be a lot of problems working, a lot of argument, a lot of pleasure as well, working husband and wife together. Because I experienced that with Rita. I'm not a very successful entrepreneur to work with a wife. Okay. Then I just want to tell. Can you tell us more? So what is this restaurant? We're now in Shanghai, Mercer Street, Masa Gai, 20號, and Reveri. And tell us more about this place because our whole family, my brother, my parents, and then my brother, wife, we're all here. She's had a wonderful dinner. Tell us more about this place.
Well, Reveri, as like Edwin mentioned, actually, like is which is like me and his dream to open our own restaurant, and also like we serving the Pan Asian cuisine, which is like your family love it or your brother must love it.
Yeah, my brother is always the person who appreciate food more.
Yeah, and then we use like a lot of seafood, but also like the taste is more like Western and Asian. Like like something like simple but tastes good, like something like this.
So tell us more. So how do you dream of this restaurant? When did it come? And then how did you like put it in practice and put this restaurant together? Tell us the preparation, the whole process. husband and wife 你由
The
靜開
thought
始
is
點？
like been long time already, like
Yep.
since we were in Australia, so around like 15, 17 years around.
Yeah.
But then like it kept like going on. Like we still like working. He's working in the hotel. I'm working in some other restaurant until the one like last year I met you, and then like we decide okay, let's open
Yes.
our own like which is like now Reveri open. So now we've been open like 9 months, around 9
Yeah,
months,
great,
9
yeah.
months, like yeah. 9
Yeah, today I have a structure. First, I'm going to ask you about the problems and the pleasure of, as a couple working together. If you share your problems and pleasure, okay? And second, I want to, from functional standpoint, from emotional standpoint, from financial standpoint, what are the pros and cons? There are a few questions I want to ask you.
Yes,
and also, you know
please.
what? I searched on the internet. And then I realized that there's this guy called Kirk Duncan. Kirk Duncan, supposed to be a very famous entrepreneur's mentor. He gave me 5 tips about how couples should better work together. And I have the 5 tips. And on this notebook inside, I'm going to flip the chart and then see if you have been practicing the 5 tips, okay? He gave 5 tips that you should supposed to have an agreement on. 即係5點咧，一定要 agree 咗先至去做生意。睇下你哋有冇 agree 到，真係去做到。Okay, now let's tell us more about the problems and pleasure of starting this business. So what are the problems? What are the pleasure? Working together, husband and wife.
Starting like well, how to like, because like during like the operational, like the easiest like
I'm
during
sure
the
you have different perspective.
the
and-
operational time, like mostly like sometimes I have my thinking like, oh, I think like we should serve like this way, but he thinks like he should serve it in the
Other
way,
way.
yeah, other way.
And then how do you solve the conflict then? Now we're talking about more the functional
Yes,
aspect,
yes.
right? The functional aspect as in how to make money, what products to serve, how to serve the customers, how the decoration, the renovation of the places. So how do you solve the conflict then? Is the
Before we get to that
Rita.
point, we're talking about functional. So you have an idea one way,
Yes,
and then it came out
Another way.
the other way.
Yeah.
So before we get there, was this communicated? Was this communicated before the execution?
It is like we communicate, like we agree everything when we're talking, but
Yeah.
on the action itself,
on the action.
it's different thing. Like really, like
Sometimes like your thinking, your thought, or what you expect is somehow is different when they come out to the
the
reality.
agreement, like
Yeah.
our agreements.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that?
Well,
It's been difficult.
very difficult. Very
Still trying to find a way to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Mostly, like for me, like I'm still the strong way, and then at the end, he's the one like, okay, you do like something like this to make me not so pissed, not so angry anymore. So he's more like, okay, last week.
So what about any like separation of duty? You are in charge of what area, or you are in charge of what area, or you're just not you're mixed in everything?
Oh, for us, like at Reveri, like I'm in charge of the front. I'm in charge of the front of house, and then he's doing the kitchen. He's making the menu.
All the production, the
Yes.
food quality, right?
Yes. So sometimes, for example, like I think like the plating like is not perfect enough.
Yes.
So and then like when I talked to him and I said, no, like it's already good enough, something like this. So
Right.
at the end of the day, like after the argument, he's the one. Okay, I'll make again. So okay, he let me win, something like this. Most of the
Oh.
time, like he let me win at the end.
That's very nice of you.
Edwin can appreciate that sense of viewing.
因為今日咧從來未試過，我發覺 on the internet 啦，我嘗試 search 呢個夫妻檔一齊創業嘅 tips 係冇嘅。今日真係第一次夫妻檔坐低，真係現實一盤嘅生意點樣去做嘅時候，嗰個嘅樂與怒啦，包括我同我老婆嘅時候一齊做商鋪基金，我成日都講我曾經即係曾經好愛我老婆，我現在好愛我老婆，但係我唔係 all the way 愛我老婆，知唔知？一齊做嘢嗰幾年嘅時候咧，我都做咗好多嘅，講咗好多説話我唔應該講嘅，我都後悔講咗嚟傷害佢。咁啊，我多謝我老婆包容啦，但係嗰陣時有段時候我真係好想練死佢，咁佢又佢未必想練死我啦，因為嗰陣時商鋪基金對於我嚟講係一個 lifeline，咁但係咧我老婆又多謝佢辭咗份工作，又嚟我哋公司度去幫手，但係中間有好多做嘢嘅方式咧係好唔同。I wish actually 我等陣有啲 tips 去講下，嗰陣時我都冇 search on the internet 話 how do spouse work together。咁啊，
你係老闆，點樣？
係啦，所以點樣去分又分清楚啦。咁所以咧而家咧咁今日有機會去再分享。好，我 more on 你有冇 anything you want to say？
因為我聞到啲飯出。
我哋仲食緊嘅 dinner 係啊。
Marinated toro 同埋呢個 tuna， 但係不如唔好意思啊，傾住可唔可以介紹下呢個飯？
介紹下呢個飯。Oh, very nice.
Okay, so this is like one of the signature dish, which is the marinated toro rice with the spicy ikura and uni.
Nice. 邊啊？呢度食嘢咧，即係我食嘢咧就少咗白痴啊！但係我哥同佢阿嫂咧一路去食咧，即係我哥係好識得食嘢，食嘢好貴嘅。佢呢度咧，佢真係覺得好靚啲嘢食，好靚，所以佢都會繼續 recommend 啲朋友 lunch 啊 dinner 會一路過嚟。我咧就食嘢少咗白痴，不過我哥食嘢就好叻，咁所以咧就即係講一路都賺。我就特登今日帶埋我爸媽咪一齊過嚟嘅時候都好開心，一家人食飯。好，再講下 more on the functional side, the separation. You are more like the front of house, and he's more in charge of the kitchen.
Yes.
What if there's a conflict? Then how do you solve the conflict? Then the disagreement.
Conflict.
There must be some disagreement.
Many.
In terms of price, in terms of promotion, in terms of you know how to treat the customers. Then not you discuss or how do you do that?
我哋因為我哋唔係第一次一齊做嘢啦，即係第一次創業一齊啦。但係我哋之前都有共事過，即係一齊喺同一間餐廳做過嘢，所以都知大家係嗰個性格、嗰個脾氣係點樣嘅。咁通常有啲一定兩公婆出嚟創業，一定有好多意見上分歧㗎啦。係啦。咁我覺得就
你又比較靜啲喎，係咪？比較靜啲少講嘢。係啊。
咁我覺得多啲包容咯，都係啦，係啦，大家都係為件事啫。嗱，
一樣嘢喎，你又講下。More now on second page, it's now on the more emotional side. Frankly, the time that we work together, me and my wife, it's very hard to separate business and romance. You know,
the emotional is like
before we work together, we hold hands, we kiss each other, we're like very close to each other. But then when we started to work together, it's just very difficult, particularly in front of the staff, particularly like when we dealing about business issues during business hours. It's just very difficult for me to hug her and kiss her, and it makes her feel terrible.
The example is when we're working. Obviously, he's the boss. And I will talk to him, but like I can't. I have to have a 3 feet, just like this. If I say, "Hey, excuse me," he's like, "No, stay away." I'm like, what's wrong?
Because for me,
like I feel like being pushed away. Like how do I stay so far away? Like
you have to listen to me. Because I started my business for 20 years. One thing I'm really aware of is I'm very careful with the relationship with the lady. Okay, because you have misrelationship, some like work, mishappening with a female colleague, then it's always very troublesome for male boss. 所以要好小心同啲女同事嘅關係。你識咗我22年，我創業你冇任何我 guarantee you， 任何人留言啦，冇任何聽過我同女同學、女同事啊、女顧客嘅任何嘅咩錯誤關係我冇嘅，呢啲好小心嘅。有時啲女同事翻嚟咧背心低胸啲啦，我同佢喂你着翻件衫好啲，你唔好你條裙唔好咁短，唔好引誘我啊！你真係個即刻叫人着翻身，你知嘛？當係一個 business 關係咧，我即刻喺老婆就話你 you stay 3 feet away， 我哋唔係老婆，我哋係 business partner。咁但係咧有時 it hurts，and so how do you handle that? I'm sure that romance and numbers. How do you handle? It's tough.
Well, if romance actually because to be honest, me and John, during the work, we don't really hold hands or something. We're even teasing each other more than romance, and outside. Only at home, then we more hugging something. But if outside, even we go to restaurant, we mostly teasing each other. It's so annoying, rather than romance.
I always say in working, I always say she is my enemy.
Yeah.
Why your enemy?
So that's the distance, so it's not really for example, hugging.
Try to make fun out of it. Try to make fun out of it.
So when he asked me go away lah, so I don't piss off or something. So he said when someone asked that's this is your wife, and then he was no, she's my enemy. Or even say I say oh, this is my brother. So okay lah, something.
Because life is tough already. So
Life is tough.
make fun of it. Yeah.
So that's the emotional side, and also, of course, the financial side. We talk about functional, emotional, and financial. You know, you're very much husband and wife. Do you feel that working in the same business is like all eggs in one basket? You make the profit, you make the loss, you have to raise the family. So do you feel stressful? You know, it must be like 財政壓力啊。咁 how do you feel about that? How do you solve that stress?
Stressful for sure.
Because she doesn't have a job outside, you don't have another job outside. This is like you're very much dependent on the income of this business. So financially, you have to face that reality. Then how do you face
the
it?
one me la to him.
Yeah. But if I keep talking to her or myself, like, just calm down. Because even though you panicking or you angry or what, it doesn't help anything. So basically, the best way is stay positive. Yeah, stay positive.
And we think again how like
Closer to the mic.
yeah, and then like he always asks like let's think again like how to be better or something like because like whenever like when I start to get pissed or angry like then how like this month like it's not like that busy and then like he said okay just calm down like he always like the one calm me.
Yeah.
So who is the force, the calming force?
稍微影下間餐廳。
Who is the calming force between the two of you?
Me.
Him.
Him. How does he calm you down? Just say relax.
Well, basically, when she's very angry, there's no way to calm her down. But just give her time.
Whenever I see her, she's always very nice. I can never imagine she's angry.
Not to me.
To you only, maybe.
Yeah. So just give her time. She's adult already. She can handle it to process like. Yeah, everyone have emotional. Everyone will angry, will not happy, will sad, will stress. But for me, is those kind of emotion doesn't help anything. Doesn't help to solve any of difficulties. So you still have to find a way out.
So do you give space? Do you give time, or do you say something? Do you use words for calming?
But basically, I won't talk anything when she's angry, but when she's not angry, when she's like in a good mood, yeah, then we'll start to chit chat like when next time when you feel stressful, what should we do when there is something difficulties, what should we do again? Yeah, things like that. But definitely not during angry time, because when you're angry, you basically talk things without thinking.
I won't listen anything to him. So like when angry, he just leave me like sometimes leave me alone. Like he doesn't give a shit to me basically.
真係講容易過做，但係
No,
呢個一
seriously,
個
but,
example。
honestly, we worked together between the year 2013 to maybe 2017 for about 4 years together on this property fund. She helped me to get the license to start up, help me everything. I really appreciate it. But during the time that I'm angry, sometimes the time that I feel that there's conflict, I said a lot of words that I shouldn't have said. I regret it very much. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so bad, but then I regret it so much. And then I always just try to remember one thing is whatever she does, right or wrong, she wouldn't harm me. 佢唔會害我，佢唔會害我，佢一定係為我好。It's only for me, for my own good.
It's for your own good.
I cannot say this true. I cannot say true for all staff, but at least for her, she wouldn't harm me. I know for sure. And then even if she push me off the cliff, I know it's for my own good. I should just fall off. but then there's just ways that we handle things may be different. I said things that I shouldn't have said. It's very, very
我哋
different.
好唔同性格，所以
啱啱嗱，又講起there's this entrepreneur mentor. He mentors a lot of couples in business to talk about how business couples should work together. There's this on YouTube. If you just try to search on YouTube, there's this guy, okay? This guy, Kirk Duncan. And then if you just try to search how couples can work together in business, he's like the #1 pop-up guy, okay? So what's his answer? Can couples work together? You know what his answer is? You want to see?
Of course he can.
Of course,
Yes,
the
can.
answer is dun, 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 dun.
No.
The answer is no.
Until
Yes. His answer
Unless-
is first no. Why no? Until you have agree on the following 5 rules. Okay, let's go on the following 5 rules and see if you agree or if you have done so. But basically what he's saying is couples should agree on the following 5 rules before working together. And then if you can agree on the following 5 rules, then you have a very healthy working relationship together. But the worst thing in life is we haven't have any agreement yet. It's just based on assumption. People assume different things. There are many conflicts together. If you can agree on the following 5 rules, then you can have a very healthy relationship, and hopefully spouse is always the best business partner in life if you can work together.
Yeah.
So what are the 5 rules? 睇下你哋有冇做咯喎，咁啦，第一個睇下你哋有冇做。OK， 嗱
5條夫妻拍檔嘅
5條夫妻拍檔。If I may, just use all pop questions. From a scale of 1 to 10, okay? 10 is completely agree. You have done it already, okay? 1 is like, oh, I haven't even thought about it. Oh, does that exist? I haven't even thought about it, okay? Okay, now the number 1 rule is have a piece. Number 1 rule is, okay, sorry, let me just flip. Have a piece of paper, write down. What is the duty of husband? What's the duty of the wife? And then the third column in middle is what's the duty that we should supposed to decide together. So your duty, all these things here, the husband can make the decision himself. All these things here, the wife can make the decision all by herself. And then the column in between, they may end up in discussion, but then you have to be very clear about what duties husband decides, what duties wife decides, and what duties both would discuss. So, but you need to write down on piece of paper before we can have any misunderstanding. Okay. So from 1 to 10, do you agree or have you done so? Or what do you think?
10.
Do you agree?
From me, maybe
From 1 to 10. 1 to 10. You feel like it's 10. It's 8. Okay.
7 or 8, yeah.
Explain so why? What's from your experience? Why is that? Why is that important? Why 10? Why 8? So you both think it's very important.
Well, it's important.
It's
Yeah.
important.
Because from him, this Kirk Duncan, he recommends to write down. So when do not assume we understand each other. We need to write it down. So for example, the kitchen. Anything wrong with the kitchen, the husband will handle. Anything wrong with the customer service, anything wrong with the decoration, anything wrong with the landlord, with the electricity, with the water supply, the wife will handle. And anything wrong with the staff, the wife, whatever that is.
Okay.
Why do you agree?
For me, it's kind of like also respectful to each other. When you divide the duties, so it's like if only all the duties only go to one side. So the other side may think like, I don't know, maybe not that important or
Not worth it,
Well,
or like I'm not part of it.
I'm not a part of it. I didn't take part in it, something like that. But if everything is talking about balance, like you have your own part, and then some major decisions when we decide together, it's also respectful. It's better for the relationship as well.
So you agree? It's to write down, for example.
I am agree
something-
number 8, but it's not like
there's
it's
room to
yes,
make it
like
more clear.
because like mostly like sometimes like as he knows like I'm hard to make a decision, right? Well, except like something like for example like certain things like for working, yes, but then like something like what should we do like with this table or something, then like mostly I ask him as well. So most of the time I ask him rather than like
Yes.
I do my own. That's why there is like from 8 to 10 like there is a gap. Yes.
Yes. Rita, in retrospect, when we work together, I agree, but we haven't done it. I think it's very blurry as to what our duties were.
So what the number
we
you
had
think?
a
Like,
lot of argument, and which is, for example, regarding certain stuff, regarding certain duty, regarding certain certain issue, legal issue, accounting issue, we haven't really write down at least, and then that's why we had some conflicts.
It's very clear, but as a staff, I only give comments, so it's not my say. But I think
I could have been
Edwin feels
better.
very pressured that maybe if it comes
Could
from
have been
me.
better.
so
I think he
like
took it very seriously, and he doesn't necessarily agree.
Okay, now
Okay.
rule number 2. Okay, rule number 2. They say before you go into the business together, couples should have an agreement of. Again, write it down. Do's and don't do's. Okay, do's and don'ts. For example, we will never sacrifice quality over price. For example, we will never, work 7 days a week, or we will never, or some things that you do, we will serve only expensive menu, and then I don't know, we never serve cheap food, or whatever that is.
Quality food.
Do you agree?
So it's food for
some
value.
ground
Value.
rules. Ground rules. We'll never talk about business at home, for example, and then we'll never talk about the restaurant when we're driving. Let's say, I don't know, when we're dating, just forget no numbers, and then so some ground rules. Do you agree?
Yes.
10 is extremely agree. 1 is do not agree.
8. Me 8.
Very agree.
Yes, 8 and 8 to 9.
Some ground rules. Why is that? So, for example, then for you, what are your ground rules and do's and don'ts?
We didn't really talk like what should we do or what should we don't do it. But since I met her or I know her for many years, and she knows me as well, so we basically have the same picture, like what should we do and what should we don't do. But sometimes it happens like still have like disagree, like she thinks should be like this, I think should be like something like that. So I give it an 8 only.
For me, same. But sometimes, like I tend to be more aggressive than him. So like sometimes, for example, regarding like kitchen stuff, like, oh, I think your kitchen stuff should do more like this rather than look at my stuff. Like I train them like just like this. So like as I get more aggressive, so yeah, I tend to attack him more like than he attack me more. So. But at the end, he just again come in. Okay lah. He's always like.
So what is the suggestion to get from the 8 to a 9, or what is something you think you can?
Again, the gap. Like he always like try to me down, like or lower down my emotion to the 8. Like from the 9 always attacking. Until like to 8, like okay lah, like okay, let me talk with my staff, and then okay again. Because like so far until now, Reveri actually like 9 months, and then mostly is me the one attacking his kitchen. Because like sometimes, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like I was working in the like more like Michelin star, so like a bit more like, oh, you should do like this, like robot. But then he said again, we not working as a robot, so like. Yeah, like be more flexible, and then like let me the one talk with my staff, something like this.
Appreciate your. So the third rule he says is so for couples working together, you should get agreement on.
第三個守則。
第三點就係 on hours. When do you open and when do you close? Do not work 24 hours, 7 days a week and talk about business all the time and numbers. And then even for the husband, let's say if he wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, works until 11 and then take the afternoon off, they should communicate. Then the wife would not feel that, oh, the husband is not working, or maybe the wife has worked overnight, the husband wouldn't know. Why the restaurant opens at, for example, like 11 o'clock in the morning, why is the wife not here? Maybe the wife worked overnight already. So it's about communication, about the hours. And also...
It's also about equality. You feel like, are you both contributing?
On contributing. If it's not communicating, together, right? Then you feel like, I'm doing all the work and you're at home sleeping. Maybe last night you worked overnight already, you don't know. And then maybe she worked over 7 days, and then you just don't know, because so it's a clear communication of hours. When do you open and when do you close? Then we can appreciate each other more. Of course, nobody can work 24 hours, 7 days a week.
True.
So do you agree? 10 is very agree. One is like disagree.
Yes, so this one 10. Yes.
Then how do you communicate to each other?
What is your understanding based on 10? Like when do you open? When do you stop?
For me. For me, I think it's everything about balance. Like between work and life, you need to get the balance too. Like even it's our own business, doesn't mean need to spend 24 hours into it, and then without since we have kids, like we still need to have kids time. Yeah, it still need to be like relax yourself, give your mental or physically relaxing. Unless like if you just every day pushing yourself so hard,
it will affect the quality, like for our working. For us, like we think like this.
Yeah, you're just gonna be tired, stressful, and then you're gonna make wrong decisions, something like that.
How about for yourself, Rita and Edwin?
I have a question. Just now when I understand this question, it's about when do you start, when do you stop, right?
Yes.
And whether you feel you're both together, right? My question is, we've sort of forgotten to mention about the part of the mother's role. I mean, I really feel as a mother, our kids look to their parents differently, right? For different things. It's like
I have
not,
a wife and you don't have a wife.
like really it wasn't on his mind, right? But how does it change the equation? You know, kids needs mother a certain time and needs the father occasionally.
Agree. So like this kind of thing, like sometimes, for example, like for us, like for example, like the kids like require, oh mommy, like oh daddy, I wanna go here a long time. Like we've been too busy, especially when opening, no, like we've been like focusing on Reveri, and then so what we do like during not that busy time, maybe like lunch not that busy, only few tables, like his staff can handle, and then okay, me the one come and then he the one like go to work. Oh, we have something.
Yeah, we take turn.
We take turn, like
okay.
sorry, we take turn.
Bring
like
the kids
something.
out. Yes.
Yes, something like this, because especially like still our kids like 3 and 6, so still a lot of need a lot of attention. So
Yep. And the fourth rule is have a very strict agreement of separation of work and marriage. Work is work, about numbers, delivering the results. Marriage is about romance, couples,
Candles,
loving, have a eternal life, romantic life, and for the whole rest 150 years together. So have a very clear understanding. Work is work, marriage is marriage. Do not mix the two together. 10 very agree, 1 disagree.
10.
What do you think?
yeah, maybe 9, 10, like 9, not 10, like 9 lah. Like it's still hard.
But
It's still hard
much.
sometimes.
It's hard. Yeah, it's easier said than done because a lot of people just mix it together. Because when I'm, when then because what he suggests is that schedule some maybe 2, 3, 4 times a week, some dating time. One-on-one, talk about romance. Even
Even
in
once
the car drive,
once a week is
or
hard
walking
to get
home,
the time.
holding hands, walking in the park, or maybe a lunch, a dinner, or whatever afternoon tea together. Just talk about romance, about relationship building. Bringing the couple, the husband and wife together again, rather than just talk about be strict about separation of marriage and work. Don't talk about numbers when we're having afternoon tea on dates. Then we talk about numbers, how to improve the business. Then
I don't know
what do you agree?
why Edwin used those examples, because we've never in our 18 years have like an afternoon tea. So it's like we never. Anyway, but we have more like normal examples, like taking a walk down the street. But anyway,
Then anyway, I agree.
Same,
I
like
agree,
never go like really
no
like
afternoon tea after you finish dating.
even dinner actually is hard only 2 of us. Like
I mean, is marriage or life? I mean, work and marriage or life should be separated. Like I always talk when we having dinner, not in Reveri, leave Reveri. No need to bring. Don't bring the business on the table. Okay, sometimes like maybe when we finish at home 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, he's still testing with the customer. We should have like separate, like when it's work, they come to work. When it's finished work, it's finished. So don't always bring the work to your private life. That's what
So yeah,
but for my side it's still hard because like I'm still mixing it, like sometimes even at home, like as you said, even like actually like during dinner, like because I bring the Reveri phone home and then like I still texting and I said, why you so busy, like still busy, like okay lah, leave it first, something like this. But I still like hard like to that, like
I have a new level of respect for both of you as people and professionals, because if you have come and tried the food at the restaurant at Reveri, you're perfectionist and beyond. I think you're more than perfectionist, because we came in March and now this is a couple months later, this food keeps going better and better, and it's so magical. The food, the flavor is so magical. It's so simple but so magical. So I'm like, these two professional together as a couple have such high standard, but yet to be able to leave it occasionally, it's really hard then. It's particularly hard, right?
So the 5th rule, it comes.
Sorry, yeah, just
What he suggests, separation
Kudos.
of work and marriage. But whenever in conflict, very most important rule, okay, is to choose the marriage first.
Yes.
Never choose the work first. It's the marriage that counts. If everything doesn't work out, just choose marriage first. It's the most important. From 10 to 1, what do you think? It's
10.
Agree,
No
10.
hesitation.
No hesitation.
There is
No.
nothing
Even though
worse
like
than
during the
marriage to
argument
have a
is
great
hard,
work.
but yes, I agree to choose this one, like marriage.
Because nobody can guarantee work together perfectly forever.
Yeah.
But marriage is always come first whenever it comes in
no one
conflict.
is perfect. No one is perfect. So when we open the business together, without her, it won't be a referee. Without me, it won't be a referee too. So, yeah, marriage always come the first.
Very steadfast.
Agree
Very
with this one. Really, like this one, like we already agree talk like at 10, like for
10.
this one.
Agree.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Okay. Frankly, my company, Bridgeway Prime Shopper, without her, will never get a license from the SFC, from the Securities and Futures Commission. Without a license, I can never go into the market and buy shops, do things legally. And then without her support, this company will never be around. I know that. And of course, we cannot say that we're going to work together forever. She helped me for the first few years, and then上咗軌道啦. Then she has her own passion to pursue in education. Then I continue to do my work. But then but definitely it's always prioritize marriage.
I think I will say like no matter what you do, like even like you guys work together or not, Rita always have your back. Basically
definitely,
like this. Like,
definitely.
yeah.
Whenever I am in trouble, something that I cannot think through, some problems that I face in the company, she always help me. Of course, always. I know that 無論點，佢都係為我好咯. Should never harm me. That's for sure. So lastly, then for couples working together, any last advice for them? First of all, you want great food. It's a great restaurant for dating here. It's Reveri.
Thank you.
Great dating place. So last advice for couples working together. They want to give.
One before we pass. Think about the like if you're dating and you want to seal the deal. You should come here, take your girlfriend or boyfriend here. Because food will get the love level to the highest level with the food here at Reveri. I really feel that way.
And also like I mean like when you come to the Reveri, I don't want like you only enjoy the food, but also like feel like it's like the ambience, like the service, like it's not like you're working in the like robotic like 7-Eleven when you come. Hello, good afternoon. Like, but I want like my staff treated you guys as a friend, like as a family, so like you feel like home. Not only like come and go, but it's like lasting memories, something like this. So, yeah.
Okay, great.
But let's see if
Yes.
For me, my only opinion, my only suggestion is either one side have to be the calm side one.
Have to be the calm side. Not both sides to be aggressive and texting 4 a.m. in the morning. That's definitely it. Okay, and then okay. Lastly, remember the 5 rules as a summary. We have a clear agreement on the duty according to this entrepreneur mentor, Kirk, Duncan. You can search on the internet. Second, it's to have clear rules about the do's and don'ts in the business. Very clear understanding. 3 is try to have a schedule. Write it down. The hours that you open and you close. You work overnight, write it down. Let your couple, let your spouse appreciate that you just work overnight, and that's why you're not in the office, in the restaurant.
Communicate,
today.
communication.
It's all about communication. Otherwise, 就會覺得好似你做咗我唔做，我做咗你唔做咁樣啦，總之係。And separation of work and marriage is very romance and numbers, just separation. And then, but whatever， 總之任何情況，whenever conflict comes, choose marriage over work because nothing deserves a good marriage. Any numbers, any financials that you whatever disagreement, always good marriage comes first. Yes.
Family come first, yeah. Agree, Rita.
Yes. Good marriage, good family.
Yes.
And a good wife is always a good life.
Yes.
Happy wife, happy life. Very important.
Yes, very important.
Happy business, not necessarily happy life, but happy wife, happy life. Okay, thank you very much. 呢個係全香港首次咧，就講起呢個嘅兩夫妻 點做生意，希望大家學到嘢啦。好啦，大家多啲嚟幫襯呢個嘅孖沙街 Reveri 啦。拜拜 ，thank you，thank you，thank you John，thank you Jessica。
Hi everyone, hello. I'm Jessica. So I'm the owner of Reveri. So what is Reveri? Reveri is a dream place of me and my husband, like opening our own restaurant. We also serve a contemporary Pan-Asian cuisine. So let's go inside to show you more about Reveri.
唔係我，佢老公型好多。So Jessica, why Reveri?
Well, actually, it's because like since me and my husband in Australia, which is like 15 to 17 years ago, it was our dream to open our own restaurant.
Your dream. So now it's your dream come true.
Hi. And then like thanks, like we met you last year,
Oh.
so finally we opened.
I was waiting for you to say that. I see that you have great food here. Because 前排我同屋企人嘅時候，阿爸阿媽啊、哥細妹啊、老婆全家人喺度食嘢，啲嘢非常之好食啊！嚟緊嘅時候咧，有好多集會逐碟咧同你介紹下呢度嘅美食啊！阿 John 又見到好靚嗰啲碟係咩啊？
呢碟咧係我哋嘅 Truffle Brioche， 今日會 top 咗嗰啲 Hokkaido uni 啦，仲有啲中式嘅葱油，上面會有啲 aged cheddar cheese 嘅。咁 idea of 嗰個菜就係 combine 啲 sweet 同 savoury 嘅味道啦，同埋當然係中同西嘅合璧咁樣咯。咁我建議呢個嘢就係用手揸住就咁食。
就咁成嚿食落去。
係啊，就咁上去食落去。
食幾多嚿啊？一餐食2、3嚿得唔得？
可以啊。
另外有見到兩個好特別嘅食客喎，就係佢哋嘅仔女阿 Jaden and Lorraine， 要問下你哋先，爸媽咪整嘅食邊個好味啲啊？
兩個都好味。
你最中意食呢間餐廳？食呢間餐廳嘅乜嘢嘅食啊？點解咧？
因為有 cheese， 我最中意食係 cheese。
哦，有芝士食，所以大家快啲嚟食多啲，梗係支持啦，要叫多啲人嚟食啊！所以嚟緊啦，有好多集嘅時候會介紹呢間餐廳好特色嘅美食啊！我難得成間嘅時候，我哋當然要嚟煮嚟撐多啲啦。同埋好特別嘅時候，睇完呢條片佢嚟幫襯，阿 Jessica 會有一個 free 嘅 special welcome drink to you，快啲嚟幫襯啦！